Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides to life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Imagine, just imagine, being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open that coffin, so you try to lift the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid is preventing you from opening the lid. You just think you're going to die. But then you think, maybe if I bang on the lid, I'll unsettle the dirt that's upon the lid, and maybe somebody might notice and start digging their way down to help me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't even know where to turn. In reality, my friend, there is probably 1 or 2 people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that while you were abusing drugs and alcohol, that maybe, just maybe, you might be taking something that the Lord Jesus gave you, and it's called life, that you might just take it for granted and eliminate it straight under your feet? All because you drank too much or you used drugs. Isn't it selfish to take your own life that way? But more selfishly, to take it away from the people that need you and love you, like your children, your grandchildren, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm reading about on these index cards that went to the grave, waited too long, but then seeked help when it was too late. It was done. Instead, be a person that finally says, I need help, and reaches out to people like me. I'll grab your hand. Call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you, I will help you take your life back. 4 steps, folks. Step number 1 is to first admit you have a problem. You need to get past the obstacle course and stop the obstacle of constantly saying you don't have a problem, because denial will never heal you. There is no shame in admitting you have a problem. Step number 2 is to seek help. Reach out to people like myself and the next person I'm going to talk about in a minute. We are life coaches, addiction recovery coach. We've been in your shoes. Step 3 is set up a plan of a future in sobriety, a plan of living in recovery. And step 4 is to surround yourself with people that are sober. Step 1, admit you have a problem. Step 2, reach out to get help. Step 3 is to come up with an action plan. Step 4 is to surround yourself with people that are like you, sober. The person that I just spoke about, the other person, is Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can find him at 516-458-2741 or www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis and I always tell people like you, it doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters most is that you're here. You are here. You are finally saying, I need help. And we, or Larry, will set up a whole plan for you. We tackle 24 hours at a time. But you need to call him at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis is standing by, and he is waiting to take back your life. But it all starts with you. If you truly want to live for your children, your grandchildren, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, for yourself, reach out and get somebody to help you. We're standing by our phones, eagerly awaiting your phone call. 516-458-2741, Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, or www.odysseyconsultant.org. Today, 10 reasons for the Serenity Prayer and how it helps you. Although I am not a pro-AA, I am not against it, but I am not a pro-AA person. Addiction as the inability to deal with life. A common motive for falling into substance abuse is the inability to cope with the stresses of life themselves. The individual feels overwhelmed by the problems that life is throwing at them on a daily basis, and desperation means that they will consider any means to escape this. In the beginning, alcohol and drugs do feel like the perfect solution. It gives the individual a break from their problems and the reality of day-to-day living. The problem is that the individual becomes to rely on these substances as it has devastating impact on their life. It is a classic example of the cure being worse than the disease. The answer to life's problems is not to be found using mind-altering substances, my friends. The ability to deal with life is something that the individual can develop and work on, but it is the serenity that they need for this and not the intoxication. Serenity prayer was created in 1937 by a theologian called Karl Paul Reinhold Niebuhr. The original text for this prayer was, "Father, give us the courage to change what must be altered, serenity to accept what cannot be helped, and the insight to know one from the other." The slightly different version of the prayer has been adopted by the 12-step groups. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity prayer for non-believers. The word God and prayer can be non-believers feel uncomfortable. This might lead them to conclude that the serenity prayer has nothing to offer them. In fact, there is a great deal that these words can offer the non-believer without them needing to adopt any religious ideas. They can view God as nature or their own inner wisdom. 10 reasons why the serenity prayer can benefit everyone in recovery. Here are the 10 reasons. Reason number 1, acceptance as a key to happiness. The serenity prayer reminds the individual of the importance of acceptance. Humans have the ability to exert an influence on the world, but they are many things that they have no power over. For example, there may be very little person can do to alter the way other people think about you. This inability to change some aspects of life can leave people feeling frustrated and full of self-pity. The individual may have used justifications that life is not fair to justify their alcohol and drug use, trying to fight against the way things are in the waste of energy, and it can lead to other things such as substance abuse. People find happiness by just accepting and working with those things that they cannot change, and they don't turn to alcohol and drug use. So remember, acceptance is the key to happiness. Number 2, the serenity prayer gives comfort when times are hard. When people give up an addiction, it doesn't mean that they will get a free ride in life and forward. The sober person still has to face day-to-day reality, and this means dealing with bad times as well as good times. They may even begin to wonder if staying sober is worth the effort at all. By thinking about the serenity prayer, the individual can find inner strength. They can accept the current situation as they have to work with by utilizing the serenity prayer. Number 3, developing faith in recovery. Developing faith in recovery does not mean the individual is expected to adopt particular religious ideas. It is referring to confidence in the idea that when people do the right things, it will mean that right things will happen to them. There will be a great deal of life the individual has no control of. But the fact that they are now trying to live a better life should mean that their life will get better. It is only by developing this faith in recovery that the individual is able to begin developing some serenity. It takes courage to build a new life. The reason why so many people settle for less than perfect life is fear itself. There is a comfort in the familiarity even when the individual is experiencing suffering. Change means taking a step into unknown, and not everyone is prepared to take that step. In order for an individual to escape the misery of addiction, they will need to be very brave. They will also need courage to keep on making the needed changes that will lead them to a better life. Importance of becoming wise in recovery. In Alcoholics Anonymous, the members will sometimes talk about how their best thinking got them drunk. This is pointing out the reality that despite the tendency to arrogance, addicts do not tend to have much wisdom. This does not mean that they are lacking intelligence, but their behavior does suggest that they have lost the ability to make some good decisions. When people first became sober, they can still fall victim to the ideological thinking. In recovery, they can develop the wisdom to make better decisions. Serenity means developing equanimity. Carl Jung once suggested that even a happy life cannot be without measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it was not balanced by sadness. It is far better to take things as they come along with patience and equanimity. Equanimity can be defined as mental emotional stability from deep awareness acceptance for the present moment. It is closely related to serenity, and the individual has developed serenity that will almost certainly have developed equanimity. Spiritual seekers will often use techniques as meditation to help them develop equanimity. It means that they are deliberately focusing their attention on the present moment without passing judgment on it. The development of equanimity has particular importance in Buddhists and Hindus. The Serenity Prayer empowers the individual. The words in this prayer are not only about acceptance but also about empowerment. It reminds the individual that there are many things that they will be able to change in life. The Serenity Prayer redirects the individual's energies away from things out of their control and towards the things that they do have control of. Increase contact with the spiritual. Many people do view recovery as a spiritual path. This prayer reminds us that they are not taking this journey alone, that they can rely on higher force that have their faith. When the individual hands over those things that are beyond them to higher power, it lightens their load significantly. This means that they can go forward with their journey feeling supported, in my case by my God. The individual may not have the strength to overcome every obstacle in life, but their higher power will have the strength, and you can lean on them. Serenity, power, and positive thinking. There's a great deal of positivity contained within a few short lines of the Serenity Prayer. It suggests that the individual can have a positive impact on their future. It also points to the idea higher forces are at work. Those things that an individual recognizes as beyond their control may actually lead them to great things they just learned to accept. There is a great deal of evidence to suggest that thinking positively puts the individual in a position where they are most likely to find success in life. Negative thinking, also known as stinking thinking, should be avoided in recovery because it is easily can lead you to relapse. Last but not least, Serenity Prayer and humility. St. Augustine advised, "Do you wish to rise? Begin by descending. You plan a tower that will pierce the clouds, lay the foundation of humility. In order for people to find success in recovery, it is vital that they develop some humility. This means that they will have to develop their ability to accept their own limitation and accept their weaknesses as well. Humility is the opposite of arrogance. The individual makes an amazing recovery that by accepting their own weaknesses, they become stronger. This is because when people are arrogant, they are unable to learn anything new. They shut themselves down, they close their mind, and they regularly end up out of their depth because they have overestimated their abilities. There is nothing wrong with admitting weaknesses. In reality, it is a key to success, and one of those weaknesses, my friend, is what I write about right in the beginning on my index card. And I told you step number 1. If you have a weakness with alcohol and drugs, there's nothing wrong with admitting it. The only way you're going to live a life in sobriety is to admit you have a problem, is to seek for help, is to come up with an action plan of a future in recovery, and to surround yourself with new people that live a sober life. You cannot live a sober life with people that hang around in bars with you. You cannot be in bars. You cannot be surrounded in a circle and people passing around a joint. You need to not get rid of your friends, but you need to surround your social gatherings with different people. My friend, admit you have a problem, and your life will change. It has for me. It has for Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. And it will for you. May God give you the best day of your life today. May God give you a sober rest of your life. May God give you the eyes to see the Serenity Prayer and the ears to listen to what you're reading from the Serenity Prayer. And may God bless all of you.
Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. The show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take back your life today show with Ralf Friedrichs.